Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're connecting from. Good evening. You're welcome to tonight's daily market review and outlook session. Hope you've had a great day. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop a comment. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop a comment. Good evening to you all. You're all welcome. Can you hear me loud and clear? Please confirm there is no noise in the background. Confirm there is no noise in the background, please. You can hear me loud and clear, please confirm. How was trading today? If you have any pair you want us to look at tonight, please drop it in the comment section. If you have any question, just drop it in the comment section. How was trading today? Few minutes. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. You all are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please drop a comment if you can hear me. Please drop a comment if you can hear me. If you can hear me, please drop a comment if you can hear me. If you can hear me, please drop a comment. Drop a comment if you can hear me. Okay, victory. Okay. I hope there is no noise in the background. Victory. Please confirm there is no noise in the background. Confirm there is no noise in the background. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. Can you guys hear me? Mr. Wale, good evening. If you have any play you want us to look at tonight, please drop it in the comment section. So I've been trying to fix my sound. Okay, if you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. Everything is okay. All right. So tomorrow, is 1st of April. I wish you all a happy new month in advance. So tomorrow is Tuesday, April 1st, and we're expecting a major news from Australia and also the United States dollar. Australia data will be released by 5:30, and US news will be released by 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Okay, these are major news. These are high impact news. Okay, so if you're considering trading Australian dollar pairs, you should wait for this news to be released. Okay, and if you're considering trading USD pairs, you should also wait for this news to be released. These are high impact news. Okay, so that's it for fundamentals. So let's look at the chart. Let's start with DXY. What is the trend on DXY? Can someone tell me what is the trend on DXY? What is the trend on DXY? Let's start with the daily time frame. If you know the trend on this daily time frame, please let us know in the comment section. What is the trend on DXY? All right, everything is okay. All right. What is the trend on DXY? Based on what we see on based on the pattern on the daily time frame, what do you think? What do you think? What's your take on DXY? Are we bullish or bearish on DXY? I'd like to know. If you are bullish, please type the bullish. If you are bearish, type bearish in the comment section. If your bias for DXY is bullish, type bullish. If it is bearish, type bearish. Okay, Mr. Ebenezer. Good evening, Mr. Ebenezer. It's been a while. Mr. Ebenezer says bullish. Victory, Wale, what is your take? I want to hear your take on dollar index before I give my opinion on DXY. Wale and Victory. Okay, Victory says bearish. Victory says bearish. Okay. Mr. Wale, what is your take on DXY? What is your take on DXY? Okay, so let's look at today's candle. Today's candle. Let's see what this is what I see on DXY. You can see price just tested this support. You can see this resistance turn support, and you can see the candlestick pattern. The candlestick pattern is spining bottom. Can you see that? It's likely going to close as a spining bottom, which indicates change in trend from bearish to bullish. And you can see the spining top candle is sitting at a previous uh, resistance turn support. So if today's candle closes as a spining bottom, then we should be going bullish on US dollar index. Okay, we should go bullish on US dollar index if today's candle closes as a spining bottom. So can you tell us why your bias is bearish on DXY? Victory. Can you tell us why your bias is bearish on DXY? Is that short term or long term? Let us know. Okay, let us know. Is it long term or short term? Let us know. Okay, can you all still hear me? Okay, so if it closes as a spining bottom, we should go bullish on DXY. Let's go down to 4 hour. Let's see what we have on 4 hour. I'm sure we'll be able to identify bullish reversal patterns on 4 hour time frame. Can you see what we have on 4 hour? Okay, so this is what we have on 4 hour. You can see we had a spining bottom here on 4 hour time frame, and today's DXY has been bullish. DXY has been bullish. Okay, so I told you guys DXY. I was expecting DXY to come and fill this fair value gap. You can see I was expecting DXY to come and fill this fair value gap, but it didn't fill this gap before going bullish. It didn't fill the gap before going bullish. Now, if you look at the candlestick pattern we had on 4 hour time frame, this also looks like a spining top, right? It looks like as they spine it up. And I think this push up, this buy was to fill this fair value gap. So I think victory might be right. Okay, if you're just looking at 4 hour, if the time frame you're looking at is 4 hour time frame, you can see this buy, this pullback could just be to fill this fair value gap. And you see this fair value gap that was created here. So this buy could just be to fill this fair value gap. And you can see the candlestick pattern that has formed here. This is a spining top. So at the moment, based on this pattern we have on 4 hour time frame, dollar index is bearish on 4 hour time frame, but the daily is bullish. So we could see price pull back. Probably a fair value gap has been created after the formation of these bullish candles. Probably a fair value gap was created at lower time frame, and price might want to go fill that fair value gap before going bullish. So let's go down to 1 hour and see what we have on 1 hour time frame. I want to believe you all can still hear me. So on 1 hour time frame, we have a fair value gap here. We have a tiny fair value gap here on 4 hour time frame. There's a tiny fair value gap here. Maybe price will come fill this fair value gap. Price might pull back to fill this fair value gap before going bullish. Can you all see hear me? Can you all see hear me? Can you all see hear me? Can you see hear me? Okay, so I think price might want to come fill this fair value gap before going bullish. Okay, so that's my take on DXY. Though for this week, my bias is bullish for DXY this week. Okay, this sell will just be a short-term sell. It's just going to be a short-term sell. Okay, so that's my take on. You can see what we have here on 1 hour time frame. You can see what we have here. We have a fair value gap here. You can see this fair value gap that was created here. Price tested, it has not filled it entirely. Can you see it? This fair value gap is the reason for this pullback. Okay, so that's my take. I'm bullish long term on DXY, and based on 4 hour, this is bearish setup. Price might want to come and fill this fair value gap. So I'll be considering buying when price fills this fair value gap. Okay, I'll be considering buying from this zone, or price breaks out from this resistance. Those are the areas I'll be considering buying. Price should pull back, fill this fair value gap, or break out from this resistance level. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. If there's any instrument you want us to look at together, please drop it in the comment section. My bias for DXY this week is bullish, but based on the pattern we have on 4 hour and 1 hour, I expect DXY to drop to this zone. There's a tiny fair value gap here, so it's likely going to come fill this fair value gap before going bullish. So I will be considering buying DXY from this zone or break out from the resistance level. Okay, so that's my take on DXY. Let's go to the charts. Let's see currency pairs. So daily price action on GBP USD today was, should I should I use the word erratic? There was no clear direction on GU today. You can see today's candle is closing as an indecision candle, which indicates that neither buyers nor sellers had the upper hand. You can see that neither buyers nor sellers had the upper hand. So it's a ranging market. But like I shared with you guys yesterday, my bias for GBP USD is bearish, right? It is bearish because my bias on DXY is bullish. Okay, so I expect dollar to be strong. I expect dollar to be bullish this week. That's the reason I'm considering going bearish on GBP USD this week. Okay, so you can see how today candle closes. Let's go down to 4 hour. So you can see the pattern we have on 4-hour. As you can see, GBP USD has been in a range for some time. You can see it has been in a range for some time. Okay, but I expect it to break out from this support. That's my expectation on GBP USD. Okay, so this is what we have on 4-hour. Let's go down to 1-hour time frame. What do we have on 1 hour? So this is my expectation on GBP USD. You can see what played out today. Price pulled back after this bearish move. The first thing they did was to clear buy side liquidity, the liquidity residing at this previous high. That was the first thing they did today. No, first thing they did was to clear sell side liquidity. We had sell side liquidity residing at this previous low, and we had buy side liquidity residing at this previous high. So the first thing they did today was to clear the liquidity residing at this relative equal low, then went for the buy side liquidity residing at this equal high. You can see that. You can see that. So if you had wanted to price pulled back, filled that fair value gap and continue in that direction. Can you see that? Okay, so let's see 15 minutes. Let's see what we have on 15 minutes. So on 15 minutes, you can see we have a fair value gap here. This is the only fair value gap that has not been filled so far, right? So I would expect price to come fill this fair value gap before going bearish on GBP USD. The bias on GBP USD is bearish, but price needs to come fill this fair value gap. This is where I'll be considering going bearish on GBP USD tomorrow. I hope that is clear. This is where I would be considering going bearish on GBP USD tomorrow. I hope that is clear. Any question? Any question? Any question on GBP USD? If you have a contrary view, please let me know in the comment section. If you have a contrary view, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so that's my take on good evening, global trader. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. I don't trade DXY. I don't trade DXY. I just use it to, determine or define the strength of the dollar. I don't trade DXY. I don't trade DXY. Okay, Michael. I just use the DXY to define or to determine the strength of the dollar. Okay. So let's look at GJ. GJ. I think GJ will be a good pair to trade tomorrow. I think GJ will be a good pair to trade tomorrow. There are no major news for the Great Britain pounds and also the Japanese yen. So there's a high probability your technical setup is going to play out. Okay. There's a high probability your technical setup would play out. So let's just see the weekly time frame. So weekly, last week candle closed as a shooting star. Okay, then let's go down to daily. On a daily, so a support was created. I shared this with you guys yesterday. I told you guys, okay, we had a support here. Okay, you can see support. I told you guys, if you go down to 4-hour, that price is likely going to come and fill this fair value gap. I shared this yesterday, this fair value gap, and it played out today. I said there's a high probability they would come and fill this fair value gap. I told you this was the last candle for last Friday. on 4 hour. I think, yeah, this was the last candle, and I told you this low, the low of this candle is an area of liquidity. There's a high probability they will come for this low, and after clearing this low, they would want to come and fill this fair value gap. So you can see what played out after the fair value gap got filled. You can see what played out. And at the moment, the market is trading above the high of this candle, and it's also trading above the high of this candle. Can you see that? This tells me that there is more demand than supply. I think, yeah, the market is trading above the high of this bearish candle. It's also trading above the high of this bearish candle that formed before this bullish candle. You can see that tells me there is more demand than supply. So based on the daily pattern, you can see what we have on the daily. So today's candle is likely going to close as an hammer or a doji. Today's candle is likely going to close as an hammer or a doji. Okay. So if it closes as an hammer or a doji, we should look out for buy. We should look out for buy tomorrow. We should look out for buys tomorrow. Okay. So let's go down to 1 hour. Let's see if a fair value gap was created on 1 hour or 15-minute time frame. So as you can see here on 1 hour time frame, on 15-minute time frame, I think we have a fair value gap here that has not been filled completely. So I would want to see price pull back to fill this fair value gap, okay, before going bullish. I want to see price come fill this fair value gap before going bullish on GJ tomorrow. You could also apply your Fibonacci, take it from this swing low to this swing high, wait for price to pull back to a discount zone. You can see this fair value gap I identified is at a discount zone. You can see it's at a discount area. So this is where I will be considering going bullish on GJ. That is where I will be considering going bullish on GJ. Please give the stream a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up so that others can get to see this video. Give it a thumbs up, and if this is your first time joining the stream, please subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live or drop a video, you get notified by YouTube. Okay? So that's my take on GJ. Any question on GJ, any contrary view on GJ, let me know in the comment section. Any contrary view? Is there any other pair you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. What other instrument do you want us to look at? We've looked at GU, we've looked at GJ. Okay, let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD. Euro USD. Last week candle closed as an hammer. Okay, it's closed as an hammer. Let's go down to daily. So this is what we had on a daily time frame. This was last Friday candle, which is bullish. Okay, so let's go down to 4 hour. So this is what we have on 4 hour. As you can see on the daily time frame, today's candle is likely going to close as a spinning top also. It's likely going to close as a spinning top, and if it closes as a spinning top, a bearish spinning top will indicate change in trend from bullish to bearish. So this is what we have on the daily, sorry, on 4 hour time frame. You can see what we have on 4 hour. Price pulled back. The reason for this pullback was to fill this fair value gap, as you can see here. That's the reason for this pullback. Price pulled back to fill this fair value gap that was created here. And you see that price pulled back to fill this fair value gap. This is a bullish setup but based on the weekly and the daily, we should be considering selling. Okay, so let's see what we have on 1 hour. So this is what we have on 1 hour. If you're considering selling, EU like me, wait for price swing low, swing from swing high to swing low. We want to see price pull back to a premium area before we go bearish. Let's go to 15 minutes. Let's go down to 15 minutes to see if a fair value gap was created at this point. Okay, let's go down to 15 minutes. So on 15 minutes, do we have a fair value gap here that has not been filled? Do we have a fair value gap here that has not been filled? All fair value gaps that was created here has been filled. Has been filled. Okay, let's see 5 minutes. Let's see 5 minutes. Okay. I think we have a fair value gap here. Let's see. We have a tiny fair value gap here. And I don't think price has filled. Okay, we have a tiny fair value gap here. I think price tested that level. Okay, at this point also it tested it. So probably price will pull back to this zone before going bearish. My bias on GU for tomorrow's market is bearish. Bearish. I just want to see price pull back to a premium area. You can see it's currently trading above level 50, which is equilibrium. So I want to see price pull back to this area before going bearish on EU. I will be selling EU tomorrow. I'll be going bearish on EU tomorrow. Wale, yeah, GJ is bullish, sir. We should look for buys on GJ tomorrow. We should look for buys on GJ. Okay, Michael says we should look at Australian dollar card. Okay, we'll look at that in a few minutes. Australian dollar card. Australian dollar card. So that's my take on Euro USD. Bearish. Remember, a major news will be released for Australian dollar 5:30 a.m. Nigerian time. Okay, 5:30 Nigerian time. A major news will be released for the Australian dollar. So let's start with the weekly. Australian dollar card has been in a range for some time. Okay, let's see daily. Daily. Australian dollar card is ranging. It's ranging. It's ranging. Okay, now based on what we have on a daily and 4 hour, if I'm to take any trade on Australian dollar at the moment, if I'm to take any trade, it will be a buy. On 4 hour, you can see we had an hammer here, okay, indicating change in trend from bearish to bullish. You can see this pullback here, this pullback here, this bearish move was to fill this fair value gap. Can you see this fair value gap? Can you see this fair value gap that was created here? This fair value gap. That's the reason for this pullback. This pullback, this bearish move was to come fill this fair value gap, which is at a discount area, and this gap has been filled. Okay, and you can see it's created a fair value here. So if I were to buy Australian dollar card, I would expect price to come and fill this fair value gap. Okay, so this will be my target for Australian dollar card. This will be my target for Australian dollar card. Okay, that will be my target for buy. After filling this fair value gap, it's likely going to go bearish. It's likely going to go bearish after filling this fair value gap. Okay, so that's my take. At the moment, it is bullish. Okay, but if I'm to take this trade, I want to know the risk involved. I buy from this point, my stop loss, let's say I'm setting my stop loss 30 pips. Let's calculate the reward. You can see the reward is very low. The risk reward is very low. Can you see that? I will be risking 30 pips, and my first target on this trade is 30 pips. That's like 1:1, which is not a good risk reward. So I wouldn't take this trade because the risk reward is very poor. I wouldn't take a buy. I wouldn't take a buy. Okay? I wouldn't take a buy. I will look for sales, which will be at this zone. I will look for sell at this zone. Is that clear? So that's my take on Australian dollar card. You mean 3 a.m.? Is it 3 a.m.? The news will be released by 5, not 3 a.m. The news will be released by 5. I think it's 5 is on my Is that my time is not correct? Let me confirm. Okay, it's 3:30. Okay. Okay, it's 3 it's 3:30 a.m. Okay. My time wasn't correct. 3:30 a.m. 3:30. This should be around 4:30 because this is 8:36 p.m. at the moment and Nigeria is on 9:37. I think we are 1 hour ahead. We are 1 hour ahead of UK time. We are 1 hour ahead of UK time. So I think it should be 4:30 a.m. Yeah, 4:30. Yeah, it's 4:30 a.m. 4:30 a.m. 4:30. So that's my take on Australian card. Any question? Is there any other instrument you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. Mr. Okoro, Mr. Ebenezer, I greet you all. Mr. Michael, I greet you all. I greet you all. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. Let's look at gold. Gold is still bullish. Gold is still bullish. Gold is still bullish. So today, I think price just pulled back. Let's go to 1 hour. Price just pulled back. I think it just tested this fair value gap. Okay, it came to test this fair value gap. Let's see, went into a range. So it's been ranging for some hours. Gold has been ranging for some hours. We can see it's been ranging for some hours. It was the first candle for today's market. Okay, this was the first candle for today's market. Price pulled back. I think there's a fair value gap that was created here. Price just filled the fair value gap, and from there, price went up. The fair value gap was created here. I think that's the reason for the pullback. You can see. Let's go to 15 minutes. The fair value gap was created. I think that was the reason for that little pullback. Okay. Let's see. So you can see this fair value gap on 5 minutes. This could be the reason for the pullback. This fair value gap. Price pulled back, fill this fair value gap, and you can see it here. So gold is still bullish. It is still bullish. You can see what played out today. Price just pulled back, filled that fair value gap, and start going up. Any question? So gold is still very bullish. Any sells on gold will be a retracement, will be a pullback. It will just be a pullback. It is still, the bearish momentum is still very weak. The bearish momentum is still very weak, still very weak. Still very weak. But don't buy gold from the current market price. Wait for pullback. Wait for pullback. If you buy from the current market price, the risk could be too high. Wait for a pullback before you buy. Wait. I think a fair value gap was created here. Let's confirm that on 5 minutes time frame. Okay, so you might want to wait for price to pull back to this level. You want to buy. You can still join the trend from this point, though it's late. It's late buying gold. It's late, but if you want to join the trend, you can wait for price to pull back to this zone before buying gold. That's my take on gold. Gold is still very bullish. Let's see the monthly. Yeah, the monthly candle closes today. The monthly candle closes today, and as you can see, it is strongly bullish. You can see it is strongly bullish. Can you see that? Weekly also strongly bullish. You can see the weekly also is strongly bullish. Look at the daily also. Daily is also strongly bullish. When the monthly, weekly, daily are bullish, you don't want to trade against the higher time frame trend. You don't want to trade against the higher time frame trend. You don't want to trade against the higher time frame trend. So that's my take on gold. Gold is still very bullish. It is still very bullish. One can consider selling if a candle, you can see after the formation of this candle, you can see the market has not broken the low of this candle. You can see this candlestick tested that low. There was a rejection from that level. This next one also tested the low of this candle, rejection also from that level. So it is still strongly bullish. It is still strongly bullish until this low is broken. Until this low is broken, gold remains bullish. Gold remains bullish. It remains bullish. If that low is not broken, it remains bullish. I hope that is clear. Any question? If there's any other instrument you want us to look at, please drop it in the comment section. Drop it in the comment section. Okay. Another pair I would suggest you trade tomorrow that has a good setup. I think, is Euro Australian dollar. I see a good sell opportunity on Euro Australian dollar. But we're looking for the sell tomorrow during the London session. After the news has been released, that's when I'm considering going bearish on Euro Australian dollar. Okay, so let's start with the daily. As you can see, today's candle today was bullish, strongly bullish. So strongly bullish, and you can see price tested this resistance. You can see it tested this resistance, and there's a strong rejection from that resistance. Let's go down to 4 hour. So on 4 hour also, you can see we had a resistance here. Can you see this? We had a resistance here. So let's go down to 1 hour. So on 1 hour, you can see we have a fair value gap here on 1 hour as price filled that fair value gap. Let's go back to 4 hour. So you can see this pullback, this buy could be to just fill the fair value gap that we identified on 1 hour time frame. Are you getting me? This buy could just be to fill this fair value gap. I think that they have achieved. That has been achieved. And you can see the pattern that formed after price tested the fair value gap. You can see this is a doji candle. This is a doji candle. So if the next 4 hour candle closes bearish, that will be a very good sell setup. That would be a very good sell setup. It should close bearish, and I would like to see it close below the low of this doji. Okay, I would like to see it close below the low of this doji. If the 4 hour candle closes below the low of this doji, that will be the right time to take a sell on Euro Australian dollar. Okay, I want to see 1 hour or 4 hour candle close below the low of this candle before going bearish on Euro Australian dollar. Let's see what we have on 15 minutes. Let's see, fair value gap was created. Okay, It created a fair value gap at this point. It created a fair value gap here, and this gap, this fair value gap it created here, got filled at this point. And this is the most recent fair value gap. I think that has not been filled. This gap, you can see this tiny gap. You can see it has been filled. Can you see that? You can see it has price has tested that fair value gap, but it has not filled it completely. So I want to see price fill this fair value gap. Okay, let's go down to, let's see if there's a fair value gap above this 15 minutes fair value gap. Let's go down to 5 minutes. Let's see if there's a fair value gap above the 15 minutes. Okay, so we still have, okay, so I would like to see price come fill this fair value gap. I would like to see price come fill this fair value gap before going bearish on Euro Australian dollar. I want to see price come fill. You can see all the fair value gap that was created here has been filled. So I want to see price come fill this fair value gap before going bearish on Euro Australian dollar. I hope that is clear. Yeah, go to the moon, but it will not be buying gold at the current market price. I think it's very risky. Just accept that you have missed that buy move on gold. If you buy gold from the current market price, there's a high probability your stop loss will be used as liquidity. It's very important that you catch the trend at its early phase so that your stop loss wouldn't be used as liquidity. I personally won't take a buy trade on gold at the current market price. I wouldn't. Any question? Any question? Any question? Is there another instrument you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. Is there any other pair you want us to look at? If you have any question, Forex related question, let me know in the comment section. What is the challenge you are having or you're going through in trading? Let us know. Let us know. Ask questions. We have a lot of professional traders in this live stream that can provide solution to your trading challenge. Always ask questions. I always say that no one is an island of knowledge. When it comes to Forex trading, we all are students of the market. We all are students of the market. You see my screen, see what I was watching before the class. See what I was watching. Okay. Okay, you can see this 7 habits that will make you a profitable trader. I was also watching this. You can see this. We are all students. We are all students. I keep learning every day. I keep learning every day. You can see these are the things I was watching before I came on live. You can see that. Okay. The day you think you've mastered the market, that's when the market will show you the other side. It's just like life. When you think you've mastered life, that is when life will show you its other side. So don't claim that you've become a master, you've become a pro, and there's nothing more for you to learn in this market. The day you get to that level, that's the day you'll see the other side of the market. Okay? Always ask questions. Any question? Okay, let's look at USD card. USD card. Let's see USD card. Let's see USD card. Yesterday, my bias for USD card is bullish this week, and USD card did well today. Unfortunately, I missed the move. Okay, though USD card is not my preferred pair. My preferred pair is GU, GJ, EA and AU. Those are my preferred pairs. Okay. So I gave you this call yesterday on USD card, and so all through today, USD card was bullish. I think it did over 80 pips. Yeah, I think over 80 pips, close to 100 pips. You can see that. So if you had bought USD card today, at least you would have made at least, let's assume you chicken out of the trade, you would have made at least 50 pips. 50 pips. 50 pips. Okay. So GU is USD card is bullish. USD card is bullish, but as you can see, it has created a fair value gap here. So it might likely pull back to fill this fair value gap before continuing with its bullish move. Okay. So if you had missed this first move, this first bullish move, wait for price to pull back to a discount area. So we would apply our Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing high. You want to wait for price to pull back to a discount area. Okay, and at this discount, we have this fair value gap at a discount area. So this is where you should be considering buying. You have missed this first move, wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap before you go bullish on USD card. If you buy from the current market price, your risk reward will be very low. Your risk reward will be very poor if you buy from the current market price. So patiently wait for price to pull back to this zone before you buy USD card. I hope that is clear. Any question? Any question? Many of you are yet to like this stream. Many of you are yet to like this stream. Please give it a thumbs up. Okay, let's look at some USD CHF before we end tonight's session. If there are no questions, let's just look at USD CHF. Let's see USD CHF. Okay. So let's start with the daily. Okay, so you can see price. I think it tested this support right here. It tested this support. And there was a strong rejection from that support. You can see this support, strong rejection from that support. We also had a support here last week, and the market is currently trading above that support. Okay, the market is trading above that support. Let's see what we have on the daily. Okay, today was strongly bullish on USD How many pips? Let's see. If you had bought USD today, you'd have made close to let's see, it over 60 pips. So at least you would have made close to 50 pips. 50 pips on USD CHF. You can see USD CHF it has been in a range. You can see it has been in a range. So it's been moving from support to resistance, resistance to support. From support to resistance, resistance to support. So now it has tested this resistance. So will it break this resistance or pull back from that resistance? Will it break this resistance or pull back to support? Okay, but if you look at the move from this point, several candles, it took like 1, 2, 3, 4 candles to test the resistance and also to test the support. It took like 2, 3 candles, but this one, just one candle. Can you see this? Just one candle. So there's a high probability it's going to break out. Can you see that? If you look at the movement so far, it took like 2, 3 candlesticks to test resistance. This one also took like 2, 3 candles. This one took 2, 3 candles to test the resistance. This one also, when it's pulled back, it took like 3 candles. But look at this, just one candlestick. Just one candle was used to test the support and also resistance. So there's a high probability it will break out from this resistance. That's what we have on 4 hour. So you can see what we have on 4 hour. So a fair value gap was created here. So price is likely going to pull back to fill this fair value gap. advise you buying from the current market price. This would have been the best price to buy. This would have been the best price to buy USD CHF. So if you had missed this move, okay, patiently wait for price to pull back. Patiently wait for price to pull back to a discount area. If you apply your Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing high, you can see this pullback we saw in the market today. I think they attempted filling this fair value gap that was created here, but it has not been filled entirely. It wasn't filled entirely, this fair value gap. So price pulled back, but didn't fill the fair value gap completely. Can you see that? So patiently wait for price to pull back to a discount area, okay, before you buy. That's my take on USD CHF. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. So it's likely going to pull back to this area before going bullish. So that will be all for tonight's session. If there are no questions, do you have any question? Do you have any question? If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. So the two pairs I'll be trading tomorrow will be GJ and Euro Aussie. GJ and Euro Aussie. I will be looking for buys on GJ and sells on Euro Aussie. Buys on GJ, sells on Euro Aussie. Any question? Do you have any question, Mr. Michael, Mr. Ebenezer, Mr. Okoro, Mr. Wale, the global trader? Do you have any question? Any question? Any question? Let me know in the comment section. Any question? All right, no question. Okay, so I really appreciate you for your participation. Most likely I will be on tomorrow, London session, so by 9 a.m. If I don't come on by 9, then we'll meet in New York session. We'll meet in New York session. That should be by 2 p.m. Okay, so it's either I'm on 9 a.m. tomorrow or 2 p.m. Which is most convenient? Which is most convenient? Which is most convenient? Should we meet 10 a.m. or 2 p.m.? Which of the time is most convenient? Which of the time is most convenient? We should meet in London session or New York session. Which of the time is convenient for you? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Or should we have both sessions, London and New York? Should we have both sessions? Please, you guys should respond. Let me know what time is convenient for you. I'm waiting for your response. You all are not responding. You all are not responding. Votes, okay. Votes, okay. Okay. All right, all right. So we'll meet tomorrow, 9:10 a.m. 9:10 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. I'll drop the link on the WhatsApp group and also the Telegram group. So That'll be all for tonight. I appreciate you all. Do have a wonderful night.